What's up, everyone? Welcome to a very exciting episode of Beyond the Bell. Today, I have an awesome guest. He is an insane wrestler. He does crazy things and he keeps it real. His character and himself is insane on the mic and insane in the ring. Let me introduce you guys to Damarcus Rashad.
What's up? What's up? What's up? How you doing today, big bro?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. Just tripping and flipping right now.
Hell yeah.
Hashtag zero miles.
So, I guess, how did you get started in all of this?
Wrestling wise, I got it started by just always being a fan. Growing up watching the old school NWA before it transferred to WCW. I was a big Sting and the Great Muta fan growing up.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. And I kind of like see some of that, like with some of the things you do too, like in the ring. I can see kind of some influences from back then, definitely.
Yeah, that's those are my main influences. And then I got introduced to like Extreme Championship Wrestling the same year. I got introduced to Slipknot music, so that's always like stuck to me. That was in middle school, and then after that, like I love all types of wrestling, lucha libre, uh, Japan style, the European style. I'm just a big wrestling head type of person.
Yeah, man. You feel? I mean, I love all the wrestling, the backyard, like even like the old like all of it. I guess like the bar wrestling, the all the independent scene stuff, even like the ones that are more like kind of joke style. Like they kind of are like over the top, but they're self aware ones. I
Yeah,
love wrestling. You know.
I used to collect the VHSs back in the day with the backyard wrestling. With I remember M Dog 20 on there with his brother Josh Prohibition. Like that only thing I collected back in the day was comic books and wrestling. So like
Yeah, man. All I really collected, like when I was a kid, was wrestling figures and wrestling tapes, DVDs,
yeah.
VHSs, even the video games. I mean, man. So, what's like your favorite match you've had then?
Um
Your favorite moment?
oh man, I got a couple of them. I'll say my favorite moment I've had is when I got to face New Jack at Heavy Metal Wrestling back in 2019.
You got to face New Jack. I couldn't find that.
Yeah, I have that. I can send that one to you. Yeah, that was like that whole match and what was going on in my life is a whole big story. Because during the time I just moved into an apartment and got to face New Jack, and I remember the next day just laying in my apartment floor, like tripping out, saying I got my ass kicked, but still, like I got to face New Jack. That's one of my favorite moments. And then uh, wrestling Doki from New Japan back in 2018. That's one of my favorite moments too. So
Oh wow, you have definitely done some big things. I've heard of both of them. I mean, obviously, I've heard of New Jack, and wow. So you are really out here doing that.
19 years, bro. 19
Almost
years.
as long as I've been here.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah,
That's what's
crazy.
up.
So I guess I'm trying to think of what I was gonna ask. So I've been watching a lot, and I've noticed. I mean, you follow a lot, you do a lot of things, and out of all that, like I gotta ask, have you had any championships that I couldn't find on there? Like anything harder to find?
Championships.
No,
I
you've
won.
had some.
Yeah. Right now, I'm the current Alliance Championship Wrestling Light Heavyweight Champion. I was
Yep.
granted Outlaw Cruiserweight Champion. Uh, Texas Wrestling Association. I was two-time Valor Champion there. PWI. I was United States Champion and their first ever Cruiserweight Champion. Um, Amazing Pro Wrestling, which is here in Texas, that does shows with a little small version of the AAA Luchadors. I've been
Yeah,
there.
I just saw one of your matches there today,
Yeah,
actually.
I was their champion. the North American champion there. Um, Also at ACW, I've been the tag team champion there. I've been the come and take it title, which I have rebranded the deathmatch title. That was this year, and then I had gave that title back so I can get a shot at the cruiserweight title.
That is wow. That is awesome. You are, I mean, you've been racking them up these last 19 years. So, I guess when did you start taking it seriously? When did you know this is what you wanted to do?
Uh, After I got out of prison in 2000 and April of 2016, and then I had to move up. I moved up here to San Antonio, and I always had connections with certain individuals here. Back in the day, we had Anarchy Championship Wrestling, and that Anarchy and Branded Outlaw was like my mecca. ACW was like my ECW. Branded Outlaw was like my WCW. So I
Yeah.
watched guys like you had Jax Dane on there, Scott Summers, Ricky Starks, HCH, Keith Lee, Athena. Um, Shout
You
out to
say
Darian.
Keith Lee?
So
You say
also no
Keith
show.
Lee?
Yeah, Keith Lee.
That's that like Keith Lee, like the guy that made it into the big
Yeah,
leagues. Keith Lee.
yeah.
That is awesome. You were there to started watching him. That's crazy.
I've done shows with him. I've done shows with Lance Archer, Keith Lee, Ricky Starks, which is Ricky Saints right now, Athena, um,
Oh,
Chavo Guerrero Jr., M Dog 20, uh, TJP, fuck the list, Rodney Mack, Jazz.
I mean, the list. I mean, I can tell we could just go hours with just the people that like could blow my mind. Like, wow, M Dog 20, everyone, huh?
Yeah. Matter of fact,
Wow,
Rodney Mack and Jazz got a school right down the street from my apartment. And then you got only 10 minutes away is Texas Wrestling Academy, and then if you go up, like I'm in the middle of right where all the schools are in San Antonio, because Hybrid is right up the street too. So
that
that's where
is insane.
Goldberg got. Yeah,
So you're just, I mean, you're in the wrestling area to be, obviously, for Texas, huh?
yeah. It's but I do majority of my shows are in Houston. Shout out to Loco Wrestling, and shout out to Lucha Red Moon Wrestling right now. Houston Coliseum. I like being up there in Houston more. I love doing more of the lucha scene. I love doing the deathmatch scene. I'll be at Mayhem Pro October 4th, facing Baracho, and then yeah, pretty much yeah. I do all of it. I don't like it. No styles of wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, I've noticed you do all different styles of wrestling.
It
And
consumed my
so,
life.
like, I mean, and obviously that makes you very versatile in your move set and the things you do, and you show it.
Thank you. Yeah, I do my best. I don't stop studying. Like I'm a different type of cat. I have a what I try to do my best is I try to mix in Samoa Joe, Low Key, and Bobby Fish, technical and striking styles with Dean Malenko and William Regal, and then you sprinkle in some New Jack and Masada, and
Yeah.
that's my style. My style all in one.
Yeah, I mean, you can really when you describe it like that, I can see exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah. That's and out of some of the names I got to meet, like Masada's cool. I met Masada a lot, so like he's a badass dude. So and then I got to meet Bobby Fish too.
Yeah, that is awesome. I mean, you just get to meet so many awesome people, and obviously, you do a lot of great shows and you do great work. And the crowd work with the mic, especially, is it's top tier. It takes me back to like old WWE before all the censorship and everything, when you could say
Yeah,
what you wanted as soon as you put the mic in your hand.
yeah. But that right there, my promo skills. ever since I remember like Dusty Rose when Dusty Rose came back to help Dustin for the War Games, and I remember my grandma and her mom were watching it, and they used to make everybody be quiet when Dusty Rose cut a promo. And I was like, all right, he's storytelling, he knows what he's doing. But as a kid, I was like, oh, I gotta grab something like that. And then as I got in the wrestling business, I love the way Dusty Rose presents it, but I love the way how Michael P.S. Hayes can talk. And I try my best to show a little bit of Shane Douglas, because that Shane Douglas is one of my top favorite wrestlers too. But I'm always compared to New Jack due to the fact on the way I can deliver. I always get compared to Eddie Kingston and New Jack, the way how I do my promo.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I just see you like feel like it's really your own flavor that you put together with everything, and you like I feel like it's one of a kind, unique style when you grab the mic and you do your delivery. I don't
Thank
think
you.
I've heard anyone talk like you when it comes to cutting a promo.
Cause man, hey, outside of wrestling, I be talking shit all day. Like, oh,
Hey,
oh
that's
man.
how it be sometimes, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, my next question is about La Familia of Darkness. Were you part of the conception of that, or were you brought
Never.
into that?
They were trying to get me into that, um, but I'm an individual that I can't join a group because I have problems of overshadowing people. And I used to have my own version of my group called the Bushido Kings back in the day, and we excelled a lot. Here in the Texas scene, who was part of the Bushido Kings was like some top tier indie wrestlers like Baracho, Rascar, Jeff Gant, somebody that I feel that everybody should be like taking their time to watch and book. Um, and we were on top of the scene. There was other wrestlers too that was part of that group. But as for Black La Familia, I tried to join it, but it doesn't stick. Like when somebody has a group, everybody
Yeah,
can't just join those groups. And like I'm the type of person that has to be like on his own or start something with my own people.
yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, obviously, I saw the match where, like, you were brought in, and the whole aftermatch thing with them, and that's why I was kind of trying to figure out if you were like a big part of it or if you were a part of it at all.
No, they were trying to bring me in for a spot to go against the owner of Alliance Championship Wrestling, but at the time, you know how independent wrestling is. We have it where like it's so many shows, and I don't like missing opportunities. And we had a falling out of that part, and then so he had left. So then next thing you know, everybody just went off, and we kept the storylines going, but we just took the La Familia out and start
Uh,
bringing in some of my old school Bushido King members to help me take care of stuff.
so it's kind of going back to your roots there with the wrestling group type thing, where going back to like your original group coming back in with you.
Oh, they always come back. It's funny here in Texas because like I'll go into somewhere and we haven't been a group for like years, and then if I face your top face, um, somehow one of them will come back. Especially like if it's a good storyline, I always try to make sure that I bring in my boy Jeff Gant. He's always like a call away, always ready to do some shit. Badass cat. Yeah, it's always like that. Cats like that.
Yeah, I noticed, and things like that. And so, my next question: have you ever been injured in the ring? Then, with all this, I mean, death match and everything. I mean,
Um, I've had 6 concussions. Um, I've had a broke hand. Uh, I haven't got injured since I've been back this uh since 2019.
so the last like 6 years, you just haven't been injured. That's crazy. With especially the kind of wrestling you do. I mean, it shows that you have some really good workers with that work with you in the ring. That you guys obviously care about each other's safety enough to keep you guys, from getting harmed.
Yeah, and majority of the death matches, like if the death match is here in San Antonio, right after a match, I go straight to work. I'm a bouncer. I've been a bouncer the same amount of years I've been a wrestler. So like, I had a death match where I got hit with the bottle and I got my head split. And right after a match, I literally walked right down the street and went to work and was putting like wiped the blood off and put Vaseline and was checking IDs. But I actually that night after that death match, I actually got into a fight with a dude and whooped his ass. Yeah,
Oh man, that's crazy. Just split head, Vaseline on the cut. Being a bouncer, had to beat the fuck out of someone and take him out of the bar.
yeah. It was funny too because I had gave him a fucking. I had to shit can him out the bar, bro. It's funny because I guess certain individuals be like, uh, I'm short, and everybody you got to turn your character off. So I'll be short, checking, showing IDs and shit. And sometimes motherfuckers be trying to see what they can do. But besides pro wrestling, I also do underground fights. So there's times where like I did it one time. I had a my first ever Muay Thai fight 3 years ago. I had a fight on a Saturday, and then the next day I had to go to Houston and do a 30-minute lucha libre match. And then there's a couple of weeks ago I had an MMA fight on a Friday night, and then the next night I had a death match.
So everything you seem to do just involves like like some type of physical work or the possibility of physical work. I mean, you're an underground fighter, you're a pro wrestler, you're a bouncer.
Yeah,
That is
I just
crazy.
I just like fucking shit up, bro. I'm not saying like Bruce Lee said this. Uh, every man should see himself as a tool and sharpen yourself. And you should. I mean, besides wrestling, I'm also like I love martial arts. For the past 4 years, I've been in Muay Thai kickboxing. So like it's like I had told my girl this a couple of days ago. You have to watch out who you idolize as a kid because somehow it will surface into you and you start loving it. And for me, not just loving pro wrestling, but loving martial arts, and I'm able to like live that. Like one of my mentors, I found out when I got to get close to him that he was a bouncer, and so it's like fuck, like you know what I'm saying. It's pretty badass that you sometimes you don't have to make $1 million. You just gotta be rich mentally and to live your life, and that's how you should see life.
Exactly. And that's exactly the way life should be, And
Yeah,
what you said, like, sharpening yourself, that's a huge thing, especially.
yeah,
Learning more than one thing and doing more than one thing is a huge part of like I guess being smarter and being like better at things that you do and knowing more is important. And
yeah. You're supposed
I'm
to. I
rambling.
mean, not to sound all crazy or nothing like that, but like I have a big ass philosopher mind. So every day I seek wisdom, knowledge, and courage. And every day a man should seek like some type of knowledge of something new or something that he loves. And three things every day before I step out and go to the gym, I have to take time to learn three things outside. One has to be something that I like, something new, and then something to help me spiritually or mentally. So in case if something comes, I can overcome it. Like Stoicism is a great philosophy to have just alone in this life that we got going on in this crazy world.
I really like that philosophy and like, what you said about learning three things. That is a very good thing. And I may even end up incorporating that myself into my routine. No.
Yeah, you should. I mean, you're a podcast interview. You got it. It's something that we got to learn new every day. I mean, we can't walk around and show everybody our integrity and our intelligence. Sometimes we do have to play dumb, but it's the great man who succeed in life has to have a great philosopher mind on gaining wisdom.
You are exactly right there. A philosopher's mind and gaining wisdom is the key to life and intelligence and longevity.
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to ask, what was your favorite match you've seen? Not that you've been in, one you've seen. Underground or professional or anything. Like, I guess we're all professional, but you know what I mean? Like the big leagues or the
I'll give
underground
you
independents.
I'll give you my top five that I can
All
still
right.
watch. My first one is Samoa Joe versus Necro Butcher at IWA Mid South. the one where they're at the Philadelphia arena, and then my second match will have to always be Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart, the Iron Man match, because that's the reason why I wanted to become a wrestler. And then my third one will have to be when Ron Simmons wrestled Vader and became the first ever African American champion. And then my fourth one, I would say every match. If I could say his name without people crying and shit, Kurt Angle versus Chris Benoit. Their little their matches were something that were showcasing shoot wrestling and technical wrestling can paint a beautiful picture in the ring. And then I'll say my fifth one would have to be every Oscar match because she's an it factor.
I want to try and find something to debate you on there, but it's correct. I mean, everything you said there is correct.
Yeah,
It is
it's
all absolutely great. I mean, truthfully, like
yeah,
all of those things. I mean, but like Ron Simmons versus Vader, when I went and I rewatched that, like when I was just deciding to go back and rewatch things, back on the old WWE network and things, that one stuck with me for some reason because the work in that was just it was different.
yeah. I mean, WCW back in the day, a lot of people don't give its credit to the way how they used to establish stuff. My grandma was a big WCW fan, and she used to call herself a Southern girl. So like Saturday nights was something that was big. But I remember they had a barbecue at my grandma's house when that match happened, and it seemed like it at the time when you're a kid, you just it's a wrestler winning, but you didn't know the meaning of it. You know what I'm saying? And that stuck to me to see how a lot of people knock wrestling, but if you play your matches right and your storyline is good, you can truly influence somebody and take them away from what's going on and give them inspiration just in that match alone.
Yeah, that is absolutely the truth. And I mean, so many times, like, you see that where, like, people say, like, it was this match specifically that pulled my attention from anything else I wanted to do in life or from whatever I was doing that day. And that's when I wanted to be a wrestler. You see it all the time. And I
And I
think
mean,
that's
like,
why your work is important, because it keeps the industry going.
and that's like right now. I mean, like, we got a lot of stuff going on right now in wrestling, and I mean, not in wrestling, but just in life in general and the world right now. And I feel that certain individuals on the wrestling scene, we shouldn't be deep into politics, especially what's going on right now. I've posted that it's time for some of us wrestlers to do what we're supposed to do, and that's take you away from reality, take you away from what's going on. And you can't do that if
Exactly.
your favorite wrestler is, or your favorite wrestler, or your favorite promoter is steady. I have my way and my beliefs, and I won't preach them out. But I'll say this as an entertainer, I need to have the responsibility to respect everybody. Whether you don't vote, whether you're a Republican or a liberal. When you come see me, I should respect you enough to give you entertainment. That's what I am. And I feel a lot of people should just keep quiet from certain things and give guys like you and fans like you freedom. When y'all see us, that it should be taken away from that.
Yeah, exactly. And I've noticed a lot too, like because I guess my YouTube shorts and things is a lot of independent wrestling recently, and I've seen a lot of like people starting to like cut political promos this last week, and I don't understand why. I
Yeah,
thought we were supposed to have
yeah.
an escape.
We're supposed to be we're supposed to be the for me, all right, for me growing up is like this. I grew up in the hood, but I made bad decisions. But behind closed doors, I was nothing but my own self. I'd rather be at home watching wrestling and getting deep into wrestling and comic books. And wrestling saved my life. Because if I stuck to the streets, I would have been another statistic. And that's what I hate right now. Everybody's becoming a goddamn president, and it's gonna fuck up. The world is fucked up already. We're supposed to be the medication to everybody. I'm supposed to be getting everybody high on their emotions and taking you away from not giving you that. And right now, I feel like it's easy. And I'm hoping right now for the next couple of shows that I'm able to take everybody's mind off that and be happy. And for that, hour or for the next couple of days, they go back and watch the matches and stay away from the political side of the world because we need freedom from that. That's for sure.
Exactly, and that's where I think like the things I do and then like wrestling, like what you do, that's where I feel like it all combines, like the music and the podcast that I do and the wrestling, it all combines that we're supposed to take people away from reality. We're supposed to get them high on life. We're not supposed to, you know, keep bringing this stuff up and putting it into their heads. We're supposed to pull it out of their heads for a bit.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'll tell you this, and this is a joke to get out of that situation. These are the times that we're going to start seeing a lot of cults. We're going to see a lot
Definitely.
of people that just fucked up into my. Oh my bad. Can I cuss?
Yeah, I mean, how many times have we cussed already?
All right. Well, you're going to see people fucked up out of their minds and just joining cults and shit. I mean, 'cause it's like it's funny times, but yeah, man, it's that's what I like. That's what I try to do my best on, man. Because what I grew up on, like, uh, there was a white guy. He was a punk rocker, and he used to wear ECW shirts, and I didn't know what ECW was. And I remember he introduced me to Slipknot and ECW, and he was like, "Bro, if you like the Hardy Boys, you'll fucking love ECW." And then so the Iowa album just had came out for Slipknot, and I have it tattooed on me. My bad. I'm a big Slipknot fan, and that's
Awesome.
how I got introduced into like the hardcore scene. But I'll say this, and not to knock anybody, the first death match I ever seen, RIP to Supreme and Dynamite D, because XPW was like my first introduction to like watching the Messiah, John Cronus, Pogo the Clown, the Hardcore Homo Angel. Back when it was back when wrestling was your fucking substitute to a badass reality.
Yeah, I get it. Back when, like, the world was bad, but wrestling was badass. So you went to
Yeah,
wrestling.
yeah. We had a porno star, Val Venus, being a wrestler. You had the Godfather pimping hoes. Like you had Stone Cold Steve Austin seeming like a construction worker ready to kick his boss's ass.
You
The
had
Rock
John,
was,
you had John Cena rap battling and Vince McMahon saying the most out of pocket things possible before everything
yeah.
happened. Back in like, I mean,
We got a
wrestling
lot
was
of pussy
something
in
else.
this world right now, bro, and you got to be careful what you say. And it's like that's why when I grab the mic, bro, my job is this. I had an incident this year where I got called the N word and spit on. And one thing I didn't care for is this. I don't give a fuck about being called the N word because that means I'm pressing my buttons as a heel. But once you spit on me, I guess I got to go a little bit DMX and New Jack on that ass. So
Yeah,
I did punch the fan. But now I tame down a little bit, but I just say the same thing. Like when fans, if there's a woman there and you're with your husband, you're telling me I suck, I'm going to tell you your mama should have swallowed you. You know what I'm saying? That's my comeback. And if people are like, "Oh my
that's your
god,
character. That's what
that's
you say.
offensive,"
That's who you are.
yeah, it's like, bitch, you're in a fucking bar, and I'm here cutting somebody up. I'm here to make you hate me and spend your dollars. Because like when I go to Laredo, they Laredo and Houston always tell promoters like, I hate him, but I love to see he get his ass kicked. That's the same thing they said about Ric Flair. So that's my job. But I just feel like right now society is like the more pussies we have, the more I'm going to be the most badass heel because I love
Exactly.
that.
And like, right now, you have people talking about you like they did Ric Flair and William Regal. So you're doing something right. You
Yeah.
have people
Yeah.
calling you names and yelling at you, trying to say vile things to distract you. You did something right as a heel.
Yep. And I love that shit. I sleep easy knowing that somebody's pissed off after they paid $20 to see.
Yeah, it's like you paid to come see this and you left mad.
Yeah.
That
It's
means
good,
you
bro.
did your job.
Hell yeah.
And you do a great job when you do all of that. I mean, honestly, I keep watching. I'm like, I don't know how you come up with this stuff, but it is killing.
Uh, well, it's like I'll say it like this. At one time in my life, I used to be depressed, and sometimes some of us have to have this moments where we're mad at ourselves. We give ourselves self hate, and then once we overcome that, we give ourselves self confidence. nobody in the world can say shit to you. So you're gonna say fly ass shit back. So I think that's where my promos come from. And then sometimes I'll be looking at some of the fans and I'll be like, man, fuck you. I'm about to piss you the fuck off. Like I had this one incident where this girl was booing me and her mom. So I was like, is this your mom? And she's like, yeah. And I said, no wonder your dad left. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck it, it is
I
what it is.
saw
And I'm
like I saw something like that with some girl. It was something about I have some however many shots.
oh
You get,
yeah.
I mean, like you were saying, it was out of pocket. It killed me. That sent me.
Oh, so that show, um, there were a whole bunch of girls at the bar because it was a 21 and up show, and they kept talking about they liked me. So I said I've took 20 shots, but I got 99 strokes. And the way she's smiling at me, I'll set a lot of people free in your mouth. And it's
God,
just like,
yeah.
yeah, it's bro. I have a lot of shit that I've said. Like I've had a fan. I got kicked off the show for this, but it was weird because it was 18 and up. So a fan was talking shit. I used to walk out with a lot of girls, and he was calling my girls hoes. So I said it's okay because at the end of the night, that Sprite is not the only thing you'll learn how to swallow. So it's like, bro, I don't know. Sometimes I'll be saying shit, and then I look back on it, I'll be like, fuck, like,
I mean, sounds like it was worth it.
yeah, it is. And
Probably
luckily, like
so
right
because they were weak. Like I mean, 18 plus ain't like you said that to anybody that can't handle it.
yeah, but like the only thing, like right now, the only person I do be feeling sorry for, which my fiance, she has a strong mind. She knows it's all like a work, but sometimes I'll be like, fuck, am I gonna get slit? Like, am I gonna wake up with my throat slit after this show for just the comments? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the only person I'm worried about because I'll be like, all right, I'm here to press buttons, and then it'll be like, fuck, I gotta go home to a Hispanic lady that's not fucking play at all. So it's like, yeah, that's
Yeah, they
that's the
do
only thing
not
I'm
play.
yeah. I don't give a fuck about the fans. That's why it's like, fuck, shit, I shouldn't have said that. So sometimes I'll be saying shit and I'll be like, because it's weird though about my character because you see the Michael PSAs and the New Jack and the Ravishing Rick Rude in it. And then it's like, we had an incident where this fan was telling me to hump her face. And I'm like, what the fuck? And her husband's like right there. So I got up and I had the belt and I'm like dancing and she's like, yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I grabbed the mic and I'm like, oh, well, they tried to cancel me before, but she asked for it. And I just like walked out. Yeah. Bro, I'm going to tell you like this. I'm the type of wrestler. When you see me, I want you to be like, I'm about to get old school ECW. I'm about to get Joel Gertner in this motherfucker. And Joe Gertner used to do some fucking crazy shit, but you still love
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I loved all of them that did the crazy shit because that's what wrestling is about, right there.
him. We're supposed to offend people, and if you're a good face, defend those people. Because here I come, I'm the asshole, and I need a good face. Like I need like when I face people, like here we got a guy named Gotti, one of the fucking best faces you can have, and when I faced him, we recreated the whole Bret Hart and Stone Cold scene where he put me in a sharpshooter and I was bleeding. And I've never seen so many fans be so happy to the point to see here's your fucking baby face that can't do no wrong, but here comes this asshole, this arrogant son of a bitch. And like chemistry like that is what makes storylines good. And I wish we could have went back and forth on it. Like right now on October 17th, I got a guy from Oregon. We're gonna do another death match. But I like facing those faces that the fans will fucking cry once I like jump them or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, and that is like honestly what you want because it invokes that hatred that a heel is supposed to have against them when it
Mhm.
comes to this. And you are a very good heel. I mean, I can tell. Like you walk out, I hear the boos. You know,
Yeah, they
which
love that
normally
shit.
people are like, "Oh, that means you're bad." No, that means you're doing great.
Yeah. I just man, I just and some promoters too, like here. they'll book me, and I'll tell everybody like, bro, I can work PG shows. And the best PG, like King of Sports, shout out to King of Sports in Dallas. They give you that old school 1980s feel, like the Von Erich feel. And I love doing shows up there because people be like, "Oh, he has to cuss." I don't have to cuss when I do my promos because if you love this industry, you can study guys like Michael P.A.'s Hayes, Ravishing
I
Rick
mean,
Rude, Ric Flair, and they
phantom
never cut.
slurs is just filler words for extra impact.
Yeah, and then there's sometimes I don't even have to cuss. It's just on the way how I can deliver it and who can pick it up or not. And that's it's to me. So I used to rap and I used to do rap battles. So when I do my promos, I always tell people like, all right, I'll do the promo for the show. And I know how to give a delivery because you're thinking of, okay, what's the next thing to grasp people? But also too, when I do my promos, I try to gain the attention of everybody as if I'm a preacher. And that's what we're supposed to focus on. Is that soon as you can grab everybody to be on their phone, like I've had people quote some of my promos and some of them I don't even remember, and I'm like, oh shit, I remember that one. So it's just on the delivery aspect of it. And I believe, not to sound all crazy and shit, what I'm about to say, but it's the way how, if you can control your energy when you're speaking to somebody, then you have the whole crowd. And once I grab in front of the microphone or if I'm in front of a camera doing a promo, I know that I can control my energy and I can pass it to others. And there's a connection to make others want to see me talk.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, because everything like you start talking, and all of a sudden I put my phone down when the video starts with you talking.
Yeah, it's a study factor, man. Like I love this art. The world is nothing but a blank canvas, and once I start speaking my words, I'm able to paint the reality out of it, especially in my promo. That's the
Yeah,
way I
and you
see it.
do a great job at like all of that with the wrestling, the promos, even just the being in character. Like, because I mean, I can tell it's a lot of you. I mean, you keep it real. I mean, you cuss, like you talk a lot, like you do there.
Yeah, I just, man, like right now, I just it. Also, too, man, if I can say this on your podcast,
Yeah,
a lot of motherfuckers be, I guess, because some people are pussies in this industry. You know what I'm saying? And then
yeah,
they'll be like, when they see, like, I know, like how we're talking right now, you're meeting the person that plays my character. And then there's certain people like, no, man, I can't do anything with Damarcus because he's crazy. And it's like, fuck, bro, you're supposed to be a wrestler. You're supposed to be a promoter. We're all a worker. I shouldn't be working you. And that's one thing I also hate about this industry right now. You got a lot of pussies that want to portray and play, but if you're doing your art real good, they get scared like the fans. And it's like, fuck, bro. Like, how are you scared of another wrestler and don't want to like take your chances on work? If I'm able to work another wrestler, then I'm doing my job. And then also too, that wrestler themselves needs to check themselves on how they see this industry.
exactly. Because how are you a wrestler being worked by another wrestler when you know it's a work? I don't
Yeah,
understand.
yeah, it's a lot. I mean, it's funny because one time I got accused of being on cocaine, and I wrestle sober. I don't do drugs, and I barely drink. So that's one thing that made me laugh too. Because it's like, yeah, I'm crazy, but I don't need no substance to make myself crazy. Like, you know,
Like, yeah, I mean, it always comes to like people want to accuse you of something when they see like, oh, they're doing this, they're doing that. They got to be doing something. It's like,
yeah,
or you're just good at your job and you care about what you do and you're willing to take the risks.
yeah, and I'm willing to take like this Saturday. I'm doing a barbed wire match. I'm ready for that.
Sorry about that, dogs.
Yeah, that's why I'm doing it in here because we own three pocket bullies. I mean, well, we have a pocket bully, a standard bully, and a blue nose pit.
Oh, that is awesome, man. I love pits and bullies. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, I can get you a bully right now for free. I got a bully. I got a standard bully I'm trying to get rid of. He's a pup. He's only like 3 months, I believe. So like,
We might have to talk after the show.
yeah, I got, bro. I got, where are you located at?
The only problem is I'm located, I think, a good 1,000 miles from you.
Where Houston?
Huh?
Where you at?
I'm up in South Dakota, northern South
Oh,
Dakota.
Well, if you can get me up there to South Dakota, I can bring you a dog, bro, for free.
Man, I would too for one of them.
I got some badass bullies, bro. Badass bullies.
All right, so next question here. How do you feel about like the acceptance of cannabis in the wrestling industry? You know, like in the states where it's illegal, they don't test for it a lot of the times now, and you know, a lot of like promotions are allowing it. How do you feel about it?
I've wrestled certain cats high. I don't. I mean, I don't get high or drunk before a show. If you can, if you, all right. So look, Jeff Gatton, somebody I keep mentioning his name because he blows. You know what I'm saying? But he performs like fucking Rob Van Dam. There's no lacking in his skills. He's a badass technical wrestler, and he's good. But if you're, man, it's on the way how you perform and how you move. If you know you can't wrestle right by hitting by smoking, then that's you. I'm all for it, as long as you don't fuck up. It's on you. It's different strokes for different folks, I guess. Because I know certain individuals that get high as fuck and outperform some of the best. So I'm all for it, bro. I just don't smoke weed. I can't do it. Just give me a
Yeah, I
glass of
get
wine.
that. And then, how do you feel about the lack of testing in your area in the Texas, like with the professional wrestling and the lack of drug testing? What's your opinion on that?
Shit, they do what they want to do. The only thing that we have here, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if y'all have it up there, is that we have a lot of backyard feds down here, and then a lot of these backyardists talk shit. And like there's an individual. I ain't gonna say his name. He knows who he is. He's a straight bitch. Whenever I see him, I'm gonna check him. Also, too, I have a bad habit. I've checked two wrestlers, and they pussied out. Don't give a fuck how they see it. But this motherfucker, whenever I see him, he's not trained. He's a bitch with money. He owns a little fucking store. He's a hoe. He can suck my dick. I hate this dude. But he grabs all these other kids from steady going to a school to get trained, and then they act like they're better than other individuals, and they're steady posting. Some of us wrestlers have made sacrifices, and some of us wrestlers have actually lived in their cars. I've lived in hotels while trying to make a show go on and trying to make sure that I stayed in a school. So like that's the only thing I'm against. As for anybody getting drunk or high, it's dependent on who the wrestler is and how they work. I prefer to know the person and to have seen them be drunk or high before they wrestle.
Yeah, that makes sense. I guess my concern with is always like if someone gets hurt, you know, or someone's going to get hurt because you know drugs, cloud mind. It's always
Yeah,
been
just
my
don't be fucked up. Yeah, just don't be fucked up out there, man. Because there's certain wrestlers you'll be like, oh shit, man. There's wrestling is like having a real job. You got motherfuckers that can fucking go to McDonald's and be high as fuck on coke and weed and fucking deliver good work ethics. And then you got motherfuckers that ain't drunk or high and lazy as fuck. And then you got it's vice versa, brother. It depends on who the person
yeah
is. It depends on how the individual is. I mean, because we can't really knock nobody for doing drugs. I mean, we have some of our great wrestlers that were badass and didn't know that they were performing drunk. Jeff Hardy,
yeah.
Rob
I
Van
mean,
Dam, Sandman, uh,
I mean,
fucking Nick Jack doing like you know what I'm saying. I don't. I'm the type of cat like this. I don't like pinpointing exposing nobody. Let's just have fun.
no, yeah, I
Yeah.
get that. So then have you ever had anyone shoot on you? Not, you know what I mean, like wrestling wise, like real hit or something against you?
Fuck no. I don't know. I guess it's because everybody. I don't know. I'm not saying I'm a tough ass dude. I haven't had nobody shoot on me yet. No. I've had people talk shit on the internet. Then when I see them, talk about how they gonna whoop my ass and they don't do it. I've had that. I haven't had
But
nobody
you've
shoot on
never
me.
had anyone just outright, you know, do something in a match to try and actually hurt you or nothing?
No, I've had incidents where they had me thinking that this kid was trained. I went to go wrestle him and he kept fucking up, so I beat his ass up. We also had this wannabe guy. He was supposed to go to a school. I'll send you that because that happened at Loco. That piece of shit, dude. I beat the fuck out of him for like 13 minutes because he wanted to play. he chopped me. Like, he wasn't even supposed to be part of the show, but he also had said some wild things about a child. So me being a father, I just decided to beat the shit out of him. Like, fuck it, I
I
don't
mean,
play that.
I can't argue with that logic. I mean, someone
Yeah,
says something about a child, then I mean,
yeah,
they're open game all of a sudden. That's just how it goes.
yeah. And that's one thing too that I don't like about social media. So
Hey, quiet.
it's not
Sorry.
about it's not about
Huh?
being tough. It's not about being tough. It's about being a logical man and taking care of business. And
Yeah, I mean,
we allow social media to ruin some of our wrestling teams. We also allow too many people get on social media and tough until it's time to dance. Like,
yeah, I mean that's really I've noticed that's a big issue too. You know, people want to talk until it's time.
yeah,
The time
yeah,
comes and all of a sudden they're not ready.
yeah.
Well, I think I just covered about everything. Do you have any upcoming shows or anything you want to tell everyone about before we go?
Shoot, I got Mayhem Pro Wrestling. I got Amazing Pro Wrestling coming up. Lucha Blood Moon coming up. But I will say this, since you're in South Dakota, right?
Yeah.
Any wrestling companies out there that want somebody that can work and deliver badass wrestling, deathmatch wrestling, lucha libre, technical, strong style, give me a holler. Because
Oh,
I'll say, I'll manifest this. I am going to go to CW. That's my dream. Yeah,
where is
I
your
will.
dream?
My dream is to wrestle for Combat Zone Wrestling.
Oh yeah, Combat Zone. That would be awesome. I will
I want to
say,
bring back the early days of it when we had um, Drake Younger, Eddie Kingston, Joker, Madman Pondo, and John Zandig.
yeah,
Game Changer Wrestling too, but it's just that CZW's been around a long time, and before I ever hang up my boots, I gotta go there. So I gotta be a part of the Tournament of Death and Cage of Death.
I don't blame you. That would be awesome to see you in that. Well, before I let you go, I just want to tell you you should reach out to Midwest All Pro from out of T, South Dakota up here.
Uh,
I know it was started by Eugene, but I think he sold it out. Um,
uh,
they're a pretty good promotion. They just did the Taco and Tequila Festival up here. Dogs,
all
quick.
right.
Did you? Yeah, so I mean, they're doing big things. And yeah, thank you for coming on. I enjoyed getting to do this interview, and I cannot wait to see your next match. So
All right. Thank you, bro. Thank you so much.
have a great night, man.
All right. Good night.